Luxury travel is really going through a major shakeup. Forget the usual stuff like infinity pools and champagne when you arrive. Today, we're diving into how history and culture are becoming the new must-have five-star amenities. And we're going to see how Thailand is right at the heart of this incredible cultural shift. So let's get into it.
Okay, so just think about this for a second. Your last truly amazing trip, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it really the fancy sheets? Or is it that feeling you got, of connecting with a place, of getting its story? That's the exact question that's driving this huge change in what we all want when we travel.
And this slide, it just nails the difference. We're moving on from that old, kind of cookie-cutter idea of luxury, right? The same generic, exclusive vibe, whether you're in Paris or Phuket. The new luxury? Well, it's about something way more valuable. A real, personal experience that's totally connected to the local culture. So, what does this new kind of luxury actually look like when you're there, on the ground? Let's dive in and really break it down. Okay, so here's the bottom line. Travelers just aren't satisfied with being pampered anymore. They want to get involved. People are looking for genuine, meaningful connections with the history, the traditions, and the stories of a place. It's a massive shift from just being a passive tourist to being an active part of the experience. And honestly, there's probably no better place to see this trend in action than Thailand. The whole country is going through this cultural rebirth, this renewed pride and its own unique identity, and it's happening at the perfect time to meet this growing global hunger for authenticity. This brings us to this really fascinating idea, heritage-based luxury. We're not just talking about hotels that happen to be in a cool location. No, these places are of the location. Their entire reason for being is built on their connection to history, and every single part of your stay is designed to pull you right into the local culture. This slide really shows the perfect storm that's making this all happen in Thailand. After the pandemic, there was this huge surge in local pride. The government started pushing this idea of Thainess, celebrating everything unique about their culture, at the exact moment that travelers around the world were craving real experiences more than ever. All right, enough theory, let's see what this actually looks like in the real world. We're about to check out two amazing hotels that are so much more than just a place to sleep. They are living, breathing stories. So our first stop is the Siam Hotel in Bangkok. And get this, it's not just on any old piece of land. It's sitting right on the Chao Phraya River, on grounds that actually used to belong to King Rama VI back in the early 1900s. I mean, the history is literally in the soil there. This quote really gets to the heart of what the hotel is all about. The people behind it weren't interested in just making a cheap copy of the past. No way. Their goal was to bring back the whole spirit of the 1930s, a time when King Rama VII was championing a revival of Thai architecture as this really passionate statement of national pride. And you can see that mission everywhere. It's in the beautiful traditional pottery that's part of the walls, the amazing wood carvings that show off classic Thai craftsmanship, and in the very shape of the buildings, which echo that patriotic style. The hotel itself is basically a history lesson. Next up, we have an even older landmark, the Mandarin Oriental. This place has been a fixture on the river since 1876. That makes it the very first luxury hotel in Bangkok. Think about that. The timeline of this hotel is basically the story of modern Thailand. It was built during the reign of King Chulalongkorn, right at a critical moment when Thailand was modernizing and opening up to the West. The hotel wasn't just a building, it became a symbol of this cultural exchange, and it's still like a living museum of that incredible fusion today. So when you look at the architecture, you're not just seeing a building, you're seeing history having a conversation. You've got these grand Western-style structures, but they're filled with classical Thai art and design. It's this beautiful, physical result of a really important moment in the nation's history. But look, this whole trend isn't some simple fairy tale. When you start packaging up culture and selling it as a luxury experience, you're walking a really fine line. So let's get real and talk about the big question here. Is this a genuine way to preserve culture, or is it just slapping a price tag on it? This is the challenge these historic hotels face every single day. When culture becomes a product, what's at stake? What are the hidden costs, and what are the real risks we're talking about? This table just lays out the dangers perfectly. You've got over-commercialization, which can turn rich traditions into generic experiences, like a cooking class. Then there's globalization, where the pressure to be the same as everyone else can just water down unique local character. Foreign ownership, that's a big one. Who's actually benefiting from a nation's history? And maybe the saddest part is the potential loss of artisan skills. If local craftspeople only get hired for short-term projects, their amazing skills could just disappear. And that's not just bad for business, it's a piece of a country's culture gone forever.
But it's definitely not all doom and gloom. Despite all those challenges, there's a really promising and sustainable way forward. We can see how to turn heritage travel into a powerful force for actually preserving culture, not just profiting from it. And this really matters, because when it's done right, the travel industry can be a key partner in protecting history, creating a system where everybody wins: local communities, travelers, and the heritage itself. So the source material gives us this simple but really powerful 4-step plan for getting it right. Step 1, it all starts with the physical space. You have to get the building right and preserve it. Step 2, you got to tell its story in a way that pulls people in. Step 3 is the real game changer. Get people involved. And finally, step 4, you have to learn how to sell nostalgia, that powerful feeling of connecting with the good old days. And for this whole thing to last, a few things are absolutely non-negotiable. Heritage can't be some afterthought. It has to be the #1 priority. That means real, ongoing partnerships with local artists, not just hiring them once. It means making sure the community feels like they have a stake in it, a sense of ownership. And it means taking global ideas about luxury and adapting them to fit the local culture, not the other way around. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. The whole point of heritage-based luxury isn't just to give you a fancy room to sleep in. It's to offer something so much deeper. A real intellectual satisfaction, a genuine connection to a place, and an experience that truly recharges you. And that leaves us all with one final thought. As this trend gets bigger, the responsibility kind of falls on us too. As travelers who are looking for these real experiences, how do we support the places that are doing it the right way? How do we engage with the culture respectfully and make sure that our search for connection actually helps to preserve it for everyone? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.